Hello my fellow Dragonborns and welcome back to the channel. Or if you're here for the first time, welcome! I'm Bard's college graduate and here to share the wonderful message of Skyrim modding. If you're new to the world of mods, you might have wondered what makes the game go from this to this. In today's video, I'll explain the differences between the two of Skyrim's graphics modifications, the ENB and the community shaders, and help you choose which one to get for your game. I'm also going to showcase some of the most popular recent presets for them and go over both of their pros and cons, and I'll also give my personal opinion of them at the end of the video. Now, if you're a newcomer to Skyrim modding, you might not be familiar with ENB and or community shaders at all. The baseline is that you could have all the mods in the world, but your game will look something like this without shaders, and I don't mean to flame it. Skyrim looks good, but not as good as with some sort of graphical modification installed. So, let me introduce both ENB and community shaders to make sure we're all on the same page before we continue on. ENB series is a graphic processing framework for different games, including, of course, our Skyrim here. It helps make the game go from this to this. As you can see, with an ENB preset, the game looks considerably better and makes it appear to be a current generation game, and definitely not something released all the way in 2011. The way ENB series works is that it hooks into the graphics engine used by Skyrim and applies more advanced graphics effects to it, such as depth of field, enhanced lighting and colors, and ambient occlusion. These effects can be configured and you can freely adjust any settings in the in-game UI to customize an ENB preset of your choice to make it perfect according to your personal taste. You can always expect an FPS drop while using an ENB, although some presets are less performance intensive than others. You can also save some frames if you disable some of the effects on less powerful PCs, such as depth of field, which is not so useful to have while normally playing the game. Now then, we have the newcomer, community shaders. This mod is an open source SKSE core plugin for graphics modifications that encourages the community to contribute to it in different ways. Again, here we go with Skyrim that's graphics are vanilla, and this is what CS is capable of right now with all the released add-on features. Community Shader's strong side is that it's very performance friendly, especially if you have a mid-tier or lower PC. It provides a much smoother experience, but with still more beautiful graphics. Community shaders can be combined with Reshade, and that way the graphical modification can reach an effect that is very similar with the level of an ENB, but still with delightfully lower performance cost. Community shaders is very new, released early in the current year of 23, and it's constantly being developed and new features and add-ons are being added to it. Some say it will eventually surpass ENB series with its features, but that of course remains to be seen. More of CS later, and now I'll showcase some of the most endorsed ENB presets that have been released in the span of a year. Cabbage, Rudy's, Silent Horizons 2 and Picta. I'll show you how they look and also talk about their performance. First, we have Cabbage ENB. This preset is crafted for the Nat 3 weather system that provides a richer climate to Skyrim and reworks all existing weathers to have more diversity to them. The general feel of Cabbage ENB is that it's very vibrant and bright with absolutely beautiful pastel-ish color tones. I think it's a great pick if you want your Skyrim to look modern, even like a next-gen game, and not to even speak of screenshotable. This ENB is definitely not suited for older or less powerful PCs. In Riverwood I had about 40 FPS and in Whiterun it was even less. But of course, this is a demanding area with a lot going on, so it's no surprise. In my latest video, I did showcase Cabbage ENB a bit more extensively, so go check that out later if you want to see more of this preset. Next, we have Rudy ENB for Nat 3. As you can gather from the title, this preset also uses the natural and atmospheric Tamriel weather plugin to get that sweet, vivid climate at the base of the ENB. This ENB is absolutely beautiful, very high contrast shades with vibrant, deep colors, and you might already know that I am a big fan of Rudy's presets. This mod makes the world look and feel balanced between realism and fantasy, and especially the characters look simply great with this preset. This ENB is very sharpened by default, which I don't personally care for, but this is among the things you can always tweak from the UI. On my build, Rudy ENB performs better than Cabbage, averaging 40 FPS even in busier places. Next mod is something I was super hyped to finally try out. This is Silent Horizons 2 Universal Core. You can use this preset with any weather mode of your choice, and so I wanted to try it out with Cathedral Weathers, which is probably my favorite among them. Right off the bat, you can see that this ENB preset is way grittier compared to the ones I showcased before. The colors are muted and the overall mood is darker. The word Klarity describes this ENB well. Even though this is a bit more dramatic of a preset, it still has this beautiful hazy bloom that gives it a little bit of a magical touch. The interiors are insanely cozy and the best yet, I think, and the nights are super dark. Silent Horizons 2 is created with gameplay and performance in mind, and to be sure, this preset gave me the most frames to play with, which is of course a big plus. And finally, here we have the amazing Picta, Weathers and ENB of Aurbis. This mod is still a work in progress and will officially be released in March of 2024, but it looked way too good already for me not to include in this video, so here we go. Not only a simple ENB preset, this mod features a complete redesign of Skyrim's weathers and lighting, completely changing the feel of the game into something ethereal. Silent Horizons 2, the previous mod, is a requirement for Picta, and so it also includes all its features. This preset makes Skyrim feel seriously dreamy, unlike any other I've tried. There's a lot of bloom, a lot of fog, and all this makes the game feel dark but soft, a true fantasy landscape. There's no way around it. Picta turns Skyrim into this gorgeous dream world with this truly unique approach to weather and ENB mods. The performance is also great, not as good as Silent Horizons 2, but better than the first two. And here we have them all, compared side by side. Let me know which one of these ENBs is your preferred style, or if you like some other ENB altogether that I didn't showcase here today. Now let's take a good look at community shaders, what it's capable of right now, and check out 2 Reshade presets for it. As we already learned, Community Shaders aims to improve Skyrim's visuals while staying performance friendly, and its add-on features allow advanced graphic modifications in the game, such as HDR, grass collision, and parallax to name a few. These features can be tweaked from the in-game UI by pressing the End key, where you can, for example, enable terrain parallax, change the height of it, and toggle the shadows. Grass lighting and grass collision also makes a huge difference in the areas with a lot of grass, as they help the fields look more realistic, and it's so fun to walk on it as the grass reacts to your movements on it. Get all these listed add-ons to get a high quality base for your game, and then we can check out some Reshade presets for community shaders. Dareni's Reshade for community shaders is an Obsidian Weathers and Seasons based preset that is sharp, clean, and colorful. Interiors and dungeons are dark and outside areas warm and bright. This preset makes the game look incredible, especially when you think about the fact that there is absolutely no ENB present here, just the CS and Reshade. There is a slight depth of field effect which I do like, but also in this case you can customize the preset from the Reshade in-game UI and turn that off if you don't want to use it. The performance is great even in demanding areas like the Rift, And with this preset, you'll get a simply beautiful game with a good performance. Just look at this, I can't believe there is no ENB at all here. The second Reshade preset for community shaders I'll showcase today is Klarity, a Reshade preset for community shaders. This preset is based on the standalone natural and atmospheric Tamriel weather and visual overhaul, the old one by the way, not the new one. This preset is among my favorites from all the mods showcased today, from ENB and Reshade presets alike. Klarity is of course a very high clarity, high contrast and desaturated preset, feeling very cinematic but in a natural way fitting to Skyrim. I absolutely adore the way this preset makes the game feel, and here you can just see for yourself how good it looks in many different situations. The performance is again smooth as butter, at least when compared to ENB. It's also just amazing how close to an ENB it looks. I'm not sure if I would even spot the difference if shown to me next by ENB presets. Of course, these presets look all incredible, then how can you decide on which one you should get? Let's take a moment to weigh in the pros and the cons of both ENB series and community shaders. Naturally, ENB is a great choice to make Skyrim look fantastic, and there are a lot of pros to it. Firstly, it has the most extensive features and options, maximizing the visual fidelity of the game, making it look insanely good for even the current year standards. Secondly, there are tons of different presets for the exact mood and style you're looking for, from realism to fantasy and everything in between, making the game look exactly how you want it. The obvious con is the heavy performance cost. Most ENB presets can cut half your FPS away just like that, depending on your machine. You need to have a powerful PC to run it with satisfactory frames to be actually able to play the game with these beautiful visuals. And then the pros of community shaders. Firstly, it achieves enhanced Skyrim visuals without going overboard with all sorts of additional effects, preserving the original mood. Secondly, of course, the performance is drastically better compared to ENB, and this is the reason many people have switched over to CS. If you're a Skyrim VR player, these extra frames count a lot, in order to not get any additional motion sickness while playing. You can boost the frames even more on the lower end systems with Skyrim Upscaler for free. Thirdly, if you care about that sort of thing, modding ethics. Community shaders is completely open source, and anyone with the necessary skills can improve on it, making it a wholesome community project. The obvious con of CS is, as it is new, it doesn't yet have all the cutting-edge features that make the ENB visuals especially so great. Now we have looked at the differences between these two Skyrim graphic modifications, their pros and cons, and checked out some of the popular presets for them. I hope this has been insightful so far, and now all that's left is my personal opinion on these mods. Since the very beginning, I have chased the perfect Skyrim visuals no matter the FPS cost, and so I have always gravitated towards the ENB and its different presets. The frame drop never bothered me as long as I could take amazing screenshots while still being able to play the game. This was my first time trying out community shaders, and especially when paired with Reshade, I was positively surprised to see how good it actually looks, and with a better performance too. I'm definitely going with CS the next time I play Skyrim VR, no question about it. But on Pancake, keep going with ENB, but will for sure keep an eye on CS as it gets developed further. Thank you for watching the video. Let me know in the comments which one of these graphical enhancements is your preferred one. I want to thank Apeli, Arthur Lucan, Carrot Guy Kai, Jacob, Kiera, and Ryan Ulrich for going above and beyond at supporting the channel, and of course all my other patrons as well. Check out patreon.com/bardscollegegraduate if you want to support the channel and gain access to extra BCG content and an exclusive Discord server. Again, thanks for watching everyone, and don't be shy, press all the buttons you can see on the screen. Take care and see ya!